Horned helmets, a 19th century opera prop. Archaeology has never found one. The Norseman's truth is richer, stranger, and more human than legend. I'm Urban Norseman. Let's separate saga from noise.
The word Viking wasn't an identity, it was an activity. To go a Viking meant to raid. The people themselves were farmers, traders, and explorers. Their story began in 793 at Lindisfarne, and it ended 1066 at Stamford Bridge. The raids made the headlines, but the ships, that was the power.
With shallow drafts, slid across oceans and up rivers. The Rockslaw 6 stretched 37 meters, a wooden missile on water. Raids made the headlines, but these ships carried silver from the east, amber from the Baltic, thralls from raids. Trade was as vital as war. Hoards of Arabic silver coins lie buried across Scandinavia. The Beden hoard, unearthed in Yorkshire, held arm rings and hack silver. Even a simple pack horse net discovered in Britain shows Norsemen hauling supplies across muddy roads. Prosperity also rested on thralls. These are enslaved people captured in raids or bought in markets. They rode ships, farmed fields, and even worked in households. Few of their voices survive, but their presence shaped Norse society. Norse women held unusual rights. They could inherit, divorce, and run farms. Graves with spindle wheels and textile tools show economic power. And then there's the Burka grave, a high-status burial with weapons that belong to a woman. In England, the Norse carved out the Dane law. At Repton, a mass grave still holds the great heathen army. In Denmark, colossal ring fortresses like Trelleborg reveal kings were true state power. These were not fringe raiders, they were empire builders. They reached Byzantine, serving in the Valyrian Guard, and across the Atlantic, Norse built sod houses. Tree ring dating confirms the year was 1021. Did the Norse really reach America 500 years before Columbus? The evidence says yes. DNA proves the Norse weren't a single bloodline. They mixed with Celts, slaves, and others. To be Norse was less about blood and more about culture. Horned helmets, false. Filthy, barbarians, wrong. Only warriors? They were farmers, traders, and slave owners. America for centuries, just a fleeting presence. The Norse didn't need horns to be epic. Their ships, their trade, their contradictions. This was their truth. More human and more powerful than myth. And their legacy lingers in our DNA, in our art, in law. What will future discoveries teach us about the Norse? The story isn't finished. It's still unfolding. History is more than legend. If you want to keep walking the Norse path, subscribe and join me on the next raid into the past.